Welcome everyone to another Deviant.fun flash review. I don't know if this is going to be very flashy or not because I've got some thoughts on this. This is an iconic European book by Jodorowsky and Moebius, two great names of European comics. It's got, interestingly, this edition from Humanoids that you can see what it looks like. It's a hardcover edition. It's not highly oversized. It's a little bit wider, but not taller. So there are editions, oversized editions, that make the art stand out better. But still, this is a very nice edition. Like I said, it's got a foreword by Brian Michael Bendis. That's a bit unexpected there. And so, if you feel very passionate about this book, then you probably should not see the video, because I'm not just going to say good things about it. Sorry. So my intent is to give a perspective of what it is to read this book now for a new reader that hasn't read it when it first came out. And so imagine that you buy this, let me see what year this was published. Well, originally it was 81 to 88, and this version is the eighth printing, so you can see how popular the Incal is, and the Metabarons, and all of that universe. And this is a 2020 edition. The Humanoids, I think, has another edition with more extras. Probably it's oversized. I don't know for sure. So the Incal. Let me see if I can summary this for you. So the Incal is in fact the name of a natural force, of something ethereal and tangible that can embody, that can possess people and objects and whatever. And so there's a white Incal and a black Incal. There's also an opposing force called the darkness, that the Incal wants to fight against, and it will use humans and other creatures as allies in that fight. Otherwise, the whole universe is doomed. So the book starts with our character John Defool. I don't know if that's supposed to be funny. Defool. In French, it doesn't sound that much as the fool, but yeah, whatever. So we see him being tossed out of a building. They want to extract some information from him, and he doesn't talk. So he's thrown off. And I'm not gonna reveal. Don't worry, I'm not going to reveal a lot about the story. I'm just going to talk about the sense of reading this, my experience, what I felt, what I like, what I don't like, etc. So I'm a fan of Moebius art. So to what regards the art, I like it. It's of course it's a little outdated. You don't see illustrations like this. They don't use it anymore. They're quite different today. That doesn't mean they're better. They're just different. So I've got no problem with the aesthetics of the book. I think it's the best thing it has. Though Moebius has a thing with him that I don't really appreciate. When he wants to represent forces, things that aren't physical but that he needs to manifest as physical in the books, he usually uses geometrical shapes like giant eggs, giant pyramids, and it's very cubical. It's almost like the early painting stages of Dali. with all that cubism and those abstract things. And I don't think it really goes well with the rest of the machinery and etc., which has got some detail and some interesting designs. So I think that impours a little bit the book sometimes. That's one of the things I didn't like much. I was trying to see if some of that would show up, but not getting any luck on that. See, another egg, because it's a force. So this book is not for everyone, that I gotta say and warn you straight away. This mixes a bit of sci-fi with a lot of mysticism, science disguised and mixed with magic and mystical forces. Yeah, the sci-fi and the futurism that you can see in the weaponry, the technology is super evolved. But however, what you see what I mean, the triangles, the pyramids, etc. So it's a bit odd looking and simplistic, too simplistic for my taste. Like I said, one of the things that I really didn't appreciate is how science is always hand in hand with magic or obscurantism or mysticism. So the technology is too many times used as the way out for some situation that seems impossible or very hard to escape. Then suddenly a new capability of the technology is revealed. Sometimes it doesn't really make sense scientifically. It's more magical than technical. I don't really like those imprecisions. If we want to do sci-fi, well, I'd rather have it separated from magic and weird and intangible science, because we see that a lot in here. However, I'm just pointing out the bad things. But I did enjoy reading the book, and I'm curious enough to read the final Incal, because I've never read the final Incal, and perhaps pick up the before the Incal also. But I'm not a big fan of Jodorowsky's narrative, because of that. There's too much religion and mysticism / magic in it, for my taste at least. I'd like to see more technology without magic, like I said before. Simple technology and clever technology solutions to problems. That would be more interesting. But apart from that, let's stop beating the book. It's got a broad set of characters, with John Defool being the guy that doesn't have any special characteristics to be involved in this history. He always seems misplaced, but then during his journey, he will be many times fulcral to the progression of the adventure and saving the world and the universe. But he really is a common guy that doesn't want to be there, super anti-hero. But then we also have the Metabaron, which is a formidable killer. We've got creatures with powers, like these girls here. And we also have this character that will embody the Incal in a later stage of the book. and here you can see the two forces, the light and darkness, fighting. But yeah, the book has a lot of well, the history as a good pace, because it has no dead moments. There's always something happening, even though it's interesting or not. It's the action is always moving. One of the things, this is quite a spoiler, so if you want, don't hear it. One of the things that I most disliked in this book is the final solution to the problem, where everyone has to reach, let's call, nirvana, and by everyone I mean everyone, every human in every possible planet, and they actually manage to do it, which is dimly something that it couldn't be done, right? It makes no sense. Yeah, that could be another solution, Jodorowsky. You could have thought of something else, I think. Yeah, but Moebius' work, I love it. You've been seeing it, so you're probably thinking the same. This book is worth enough for the artwork. Look at this. Great illustration there. So I wouldn't want to talk much about the story, but maybe point out some of the positive things, just so that you don't get the impression that I didn't like the book. I think there's a strong and very good, well built relationship between the various characters. They're very diverse, so their interactions are rich. You've got interesting dialogues when there's no magic-y things happening. There are some odd dialogues too. There's everything. The scenarios where the action occurs are super varied, so you'll find everything from desert landscapes to high-tech cities, pits, bottomless pits, where light resides at the bottom, darkness-covered voids. So there's a bit of everything, so you can't complain about that, about diversity. And there's a bird that talks, right? Yeah, a bird that talks, because he was given that power. Yeah, I'm not going to say much more about the story. It's a sci-fi, a very unusual kind of story. You won't find, it's hard to find a book that approaches this. I'm thinking about The World of Edenia by Moebius. It has the same vibes, though I liked it better than the Incal, must confess. I don't know if I'm alone in that opinion, but I liked it better. So yeah, that's it. That's all the blood we can suck out of this baby. So we still recommend it. Don't get us wrong. I think this is an essential. It is still an essential book in a comics reader's collection. But like I said, it's not for everyone, and you have to close your eyes to those things I pointed out. If that will bother you too, perhaps it doesn't. So better for you, worse for me, because I'm a science-loving guy, and I like it to be played good and accurate, or at least feasibly. Yeah, so I really think you should check this out. If you're used to Marvel and DC and etc., you'll enter a completely different new world. This has nothing to do with that. This is an European style comic, and as you've seen, it's got some age. it's from the 80s, right? And even so, even then, it was vanguardist in its concepts and etc. So humanoids paying homage to the Incal. We'll soon have also some books of the Metabarons, because that has also been explored by Jodorowsky, apart from the Incal. Like I said, the Metabaron is one of the characters here, and he belongs to a race. Yeah, but that's for another video and another time. So that's it. The Incal, Jodorowsky, Moebius. If you don't know it, you should. Hope you didn't get emotional about my critique. Some of them weren't good. I'm fully aware of that, and I know that I'm might be messing with someone's heart and emotions, but that's my honest opinion. Okay, if you want to buy this book, you know where to go, Deviant.fun.biz. Otherwise, if you just like to see these kind of videos with reviews, leaf-throughs, and etc., well, subscribe to our channel, please, and like this video. Hit the bell for notifications. We also do some live leaf-throughs because we've been getting lots of books. We still have books that we haven't shown you. There are more coming, so we will have to do live videos where we live through various of them. Otherwise, we won't. We'll never reach the point to show them all to you. One by one, it's impossible. This is an exception. Yeah, so follow us on Facebook and Instagram also if you want. And until the next video, if you're not angry with us, until the next video, stay safe, stay well, and bye bye. Deviant Fun out.